I was looking through Kevin MacLeod's royalty-free music library looking for an appropriate background track to add the finishing touch to Hogpocalypse Sow, and discovered a song called Iron Bacon, and if that's not serendipity, I don't know what is. But anyway. 7 story missions and a score attack mode later, Hogpocalypse Sow is in a pretty satisfactorily done state. I did have to add quite a few features to balance the difficulty. Initially you died after a single hit, but that was way too frustrating, so now the player can tank one hit before the lethal pounce, their vulnerability indicated by their hat falling off. But that wasn't enough, because when things go south it tends to be because there's more than one pig crowding around you, so one pounce will often very swiftly be followed by another. To counteract that, I added an air blast that pushes pigs away from you when you lose your hat, giving you a moment to rethink, which helps, but tends to be annoying on the point defense levels if it pushes pigs over the finish line. Then I coded in a hard cap that stops new pigs spawning if too many pigs are currently active. And lastly, I added random power-ups that drop from dead pigs, all specifically designed to give the player a chance to claw their way out of a crisis and get their breath back. So there's the slow motion power-up, the one that makes all pigs vulnerable to both guns for the next 5 bullets, and a free hat if you've lost your first. Pickups also motivate the player to move, rather than sit on their arse spinning in place the whole time. In theory. Actually, it's still tempting to do that. I think a full version of this game might benefit from large scrolling levels where you have to move from arena to arena and pick an ideal spot to hold out. One of the last things I added was the challenge mode, basically the levels from the story mode, but pigs keep spawning until you die. At first it just tracked the number of pigs killed as your score, but something about that felt lacking, and I think it was that the whole point of this gameplay loop was not just to clock up the body count, but to do it in a skillful way. So I added a combo meter that keeps track of how many pigs you've killed in quick succession, and the number of points you get from killing a pig are multiplied by your current combo, straightforwardly enough. Also, if you kill a pig less than a second after your previous kill, there's a 1 in 3 chance of its head flying off. That's a little extra incentive for you fucking lunatics. So, give it a download and a play and let me know what you think. I happen to think this is one of the stronger games I've made for this project. I quite enjoy the gameplay loop and all the infrastructure's tied up nicely. I'd be interested to know if anyone manages to get past level 6 without letting a single pig pass the line of defense, because I haven't managed that yet. Still, mustn't dwell, and now that I've made these vile, disgusting gore mechanics, I have an idea for a game that could make the most of them. Presented for your consideration. Games centered around stealth and/or assassination often incentivize the player to conceal evidence of their actions. Many of these games allow you to hide bodies, but other examples include Metal Gear Solid guards noticing your footprints. In the Thief games you can use water arrows to wash off bloodstains, and I seem to remember guards were sometimes made suspicious by finding a door left open they'd previously thought closed. Also presented for your consideration, some games have built satisfying core gameplay around cleaning. Viscera cleanup detail, most notably, but for a recent example, tidying up red shards in Astral Chain certainly has that same OCD appeal to it. In any game based around maintaining your own space, like The Sims or Minecraft, there's certainly incentive to keep things neat, tidy, and well organised, in case you forget which chest you left all your iron ore in. I theorise that a link can be drawn between sneaky assassination games and cleaning simulators. I propose combining the two, keeping things as simple and arcadey as possible. This month, I want to make a game about a cleaner who moonlights as an assassin. Let's go to the ding-a-dang-dang-a-ding-a-dang-dong blueprint. So, I'm seeing top-down. Well, not top-down like the last game was top-down, the way Pre-Flight Panic and Space Game are top-down, the pseudo-isometric look that's somehow top-down but also side-on. We're a cleaning lady in a couple of rooms that are full of dirt and litter and one person who has to die. Cleaning the room causes a bar to go up, a sort of social acceptability meter. We have a mop for cleaning stains and a vacuum for removing small objects, but some objects are too large to be sucked up and become stuck in the nozzle, at which point we can switch the vacuum to blow and fire the object into a bin. This is also the method by which the player murders their assassination target. When hit by a flying object, the NPC dies explosively, splattering the environment with volcanic quantities of blood and body parts. At this point, the social acceptability meter flips around and turns into a countdown timer, and the player must use their equipment to remove all evidence of their crime before the timer runs out. So the player will have the biggest possible time limit if they do all the standard cleaning first, but have the option of doing the assassination earlier if they feel confident they can do it in a reduced time limit. You see, dear listeners, I have a whim in me to design this game around the idea of speedrunning. Partly because of a dude on YouTube named Mackie Backy who's been posting speedruns of Pre-Flight Panic, which I was chuffed to see because it's gratifying to see people engage with your work like that. But in one of these videos he says that he feels my games have relied on randomness too much in the design lately. And now that thought's gotten kinda stuck in my teeth, especially after I felt a bit down on BRTV for having success rely a bit too heavily on the random AI. You can understand why speedrunners hate randomness, or RNG to use the insider lingo, because it means that pure chance can doom a world record attempt before it's even begun. This whole nagging thought is partly why I deliberately designed Hogpocalypse SAO to avoid randomness. Play a level a few times and you'll find that you fight exactly the same sequence of pigs each time. It's not a good game for speedrunning though, because the gameplay is based around releasing pigs on a fixed timer, but The Cleaner is 100% a speed challenge concept, and I intend to emphasize that. I'm thinking of adding some kind of movement mechanic where you can theoretically keep accelerating if you're skillful enough, like my own version of bunny hopping, possibly involving riding around on a slippery mop. I don't know, I just seem to have recently become oddly fascinated by speedrunning, maybe because I wonder what it must be like to have that kind of weirdly obsessive mindset. Anyway, must dash and start working on The Cleaner. If I miss the first milestone, I have to flagellate myself.
Hey everybody, my name is Nick Calandra, and I am the editor-in-chief of Escapist Magazine. And Yahtzee has kindly asked that I come and playtest his Hogpocalypse SAO game, which is the 5th game in his Dev Diaries series. So part of the game is almost like a puzzle. The pigs have 2 different colors, and things get quite a bit more complicated the farther you get into it. And like I said, I've only made it to level 4, and it's already pretty complicated. I'm kind of afraid to see how far Yahtzee takes it. I'm also really kind of hoping that Yahtzee made the pig noises using himself instead of a soundbite, but that will be a question for him to answer in the comments.